So let's take a look now and see what some of the things to do to make our clapper. That's going to be plate 5.1.1. It's your clapper. Going to open a new file, create a new layer. I'm going to set up for 3D modeling. It's actually far easier in 3D modeling. And then I'm going to save this. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to move this down where I can just watch it and see. I'm going to also move down my dimensions so that I can see that. And I'm just going to start following the directions. Open a new file. There's a new file. And I'm going to take it out of that mode. Now there's a few things I've done. In my options under the colors, you're going to see that I've done this thing called 3D parallel projection. Before we worked with 2D. Now we're going to work with 3D, and I have made it white. Okay, you'll also see that in my workspace, I've turned on something called dynamic UCS so that I can actually turn it off. Okay, so this came up, and I want to turn it off. It gets in the way. And I also want to make sure that my line weight settings, right click, are set for inches. Okay, so that's part of my open a new file. Now I'm going to create a new layer. Here it is. Layer called Clapper. And it says that it's supposed to be red, continuous, and 0.014. And if I double click it here, it makes it current. So long as it's showing up over there. So now let me go ahead and draw this thing. I have an outside diameter. So once I've set my center point, I have to type D for diameter. 4.25. And then there's some sort of a rectangle that is 0.95 wide. And I don't know how long. It doesn't matter. I'll make it 2. And then that shows up 2.88 away. So let me turn on my ortho button. 2.88 from the center, and now I can move so that my midpoint is on the end point. And then I'm pretty sure I can just trim a bunch of stuff away. There it is. Now I'm going to do one other thing here really quickly. I'm going to draw a little line to show me where that hole is going to go. So I need a line from the center, and that line comes 2.59. That's where the hole is centered. And I'm going to just come over to this edge so that I'll be able to see that later on. It's just getting kind of ahead of the game. Now I'll put myself into my 3D. Remember, I've set my workspace now for 3D modeling. 3D modeling. I'm going to go to this little button over here that lets me look at it from the side and click this corner, and my press pull is now 0.81 tall. 0.81. And it doesn't really tell me how high my little thing is, but I can just come in here and just draw it somewhere. There, I just drew a line. Now check this out. This is going to be cool. I'm going to make the view go to conceptual, and I can draw on that surface now. Now I'm going to put my detect the UCS draw a circle, and it's going to find that, and it's going to put it on that surface. I think I'll make it 0.12 because that's a normal number. And now I should be able to push-pull that through, and I have a hole, and there's my part. That's it. And I can actually hide my 0 layer if I want. Oh, I have to make my current layer red. There we go. Isn't that cool? That's my part.